Like, share, comment, subscribe, do all that. Back with another talk. I'm not gonna be on here too long, but title of the story is "You Don't Have to Be Perfect to Start." Say that again. You don't have to be perfect to start. The reason I say that because a lot of times we chasing perfection, and it's not gonna happen overnight. But all you have to do is start your journey. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. Because if I was chasing perfection, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. I would not be where I'm at right now. So if y'all new to the channel, I'm gonna talk on the topic again. Don't chase perfection, just start. That's the name of the title. Don't chase perfection, just start. A lot of people chasing perfection, and they thinking that, oh, it's the timing is never gonna be perfect. The timing to your journey is never gonna be perfect. But as long as you continue to show up and you keep going and you keep trying, you will get better over time. Stop chasing perfection. You don't have to have the nice cars. You don't have to have the best clothes. You don't have to have the big house. You don't have to have the best equipment. You don't have to have the most nice body. You don't have to have nothing. All you do is start with what you have. All you have to do is start with what you have. That's my best piece of advice that I could give to anybody that's starting. And I've been physically training for about 12 years consistently now. And I didn't have anything. I never chased it perfection. And that's what happened to a lot of people along their journey. They get caught up in the perfection. No, man, make mistakes. Take risks. Fail. Fall. Get back up. Make mistakes. That's what life about. Don't chase perfection. Just start. That's all you have to do. And once you shift your mindset to that, your whole life will change. Your whole life will change. When I first started my fitness journey, I never chased it perfection. I ain't even have no clue on what I was doing, right? I didn't have no clue what I was doing. I just went. I just went. I just showed up. And there was times where I didn't know how to do a pull-up. I didn't know. I ain't gonna say didn't. I wasn't able to do a pull-up. It was hard for me to do 20, 25 push-ups. It was hard for me to do 10, 15 squats when I first started. But the main thing is showing up and continue to show up and keep doing it. And do it, like for me personally, I do it because I know this is the real reason, honest truth, why I grind so hard, because I know one day I'm gonna be gone on from this earth, and I don't want to be the same person I was 10, 12 years ago. So that's the reason why I grind so hard. And it's not just for the benefit myself, but it's to benefit other people that don't have that motivation and that inspiration or encouragement, or somebody saying, hey man, you could do it. That's the reason I grind the way I do. And like I say, don't be a, don't chase perfection. A lot of people chasing perfection, and they wondering why they ain't seeing. He said, "How long you been working out for?" I've been working out for about about 12 years consistently. But I've been training all my life because I always been an athlete. But life happens, and I stopped working out for years, and started chasing money. And I have personally nothing against money. I mean, money is a tool, you need it, but I fell in love with making money and forgot about my craft. So now that I'm doing something I love, I would rather take my craft over money. But like I say, money is a tool, but I don't let it dictate or control my life, if you get what I'm saying. But my craft has helped me in better ways that money haven't. Like, far as health wise, mental wise, physically looking good, right? But you need money to buy the food, so money helped me. It both goes hand in hand, right? You have to have money to survive in today's time, right? But moral of the story, what I'm saying is, start with what you got. He said, "What? I can't read the poster." Oh, that's my Golden Lotus. Oh, you want me to get out of the way? That's my Golden Lotus poster, man. I actually built an outside gym. If y'all don't know, I built my own outside gym. I probably started in about 2023, and it's called Golden Lotus Fitness. So, um, yeah, I built my own outside gym. How much did you used to bench before and now? I used to bench when I first started. I thought it was golden. Nah, but when I first started, I was benching. I wasn't even benching. I probably was benching like 135, maybe 185 at the max. But when I was in high school, I was benching 315. But like I say, I always been a natural born athlete, man. All natural. Look, no homo. All natural training. I don't take no creatine, no drug enhancements, no nothing. I just work 175 pounds, natural training. All you have to do is put the proper nutrition in your body, sleep, rest, and stay hydrated. Definitely got to stay hydrated. A lot of people not staying hydrated, and a lot of people don't know when you go to sleep. When you go to sleep, your body repairing itself. So your body repairing itself, and you losing a lot of hydration. So I usually fast in the morning, depending on what you like. I usually fast. I probably won't eat till about sometimes 10 to 12 o'clock. Sometimes I go longer than that. He said, "I'm tuning in from UAE. I just found the TikTok's live type video here." Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. You know what time it is. This is what I do. This is what I do. Go watch any of my videos. Any of my videos, I put in the work. I put in the work. It ain't no do this, do quick. To each your own, whatever works for you. I truly believe if you push your mind, your body has no choice but to grow. And that's one thing I learned through training. You push this, your body gonna respond. That's why y'all think I look the way I do. Why y'all think I look the way I do? When people see me, they be like, "Damn, you look good." Yeah, I put in work. I don't sit there and bull crap around. No, I take my training seriously. To each your own, whatever works for you, you got to find out what works for you. If you just trying to get in physical shape and you want to do walking, cycling, just basic exercises, that's cool. Whatever works for you. But I have to be strong for others, not just myself, right? My strength is to give to others. When a lot of times people see me lifting those weights like that, a lot of people get insecure or either jealous. Oh man, he think he all that. No, I don't think I'm all that. I know where I came from and I know what I had to go through to get this body. And I had to go through a lot. I didn't just pop up out of nowhere. It took years of dedication, pain, suffering, nobody showing up, just me. Nobody clapping, cheering for me, saying, "Hey man, you can do it. Keep going." That's dedication. What you do when nobody watching. That is dedication. That's true dedication. What you do when nobody watching. I don't sit there and say, "Oh, let me work out, make sure people gonna applaud me when I work out." No, I work out because I love doing it. That's something I love doing, and it saved my life. Working out has saved my life and changed my life. I don't take nothing for granted because that's what made me who I am today. And hold on, so I got these people asking these questions. I'm gonna take some of y'all. He said, "Do you take any protein shakes?" No, I don't take no protein shakes. I used to when I first started. I used to take protein shakes. I don't take no protein shakes. When I first started, I used to, but you just have to eat the proper nutrition and you got to know what works for your body. What works for me may not work for you. You got to find out your body type and all that. So, uh, my body type is, I can't remember which one, but I get real thick. You see you see those calisthenic athletes, they be real lean. It's different body types, so you got to find out what your body types. I don't take no protein shakes, but I used to when I first started. He said, what is your advice for gaining good protein? Amino acids. I will recommend your fish. You got chicken, salmon, codfish. It's all types of proteins, and you necessarily don't even have to eat that. You could get proteins from lentil, beans, some grains. I recommend stuff like that. Whatever type of fish you like, chicken. I stay away from pork. I don't eat any pork. Um, and I try to stay away from a lot of sweets. So like high sugary foods. Every blue moon, yeah, I have my little cheat meal, something like that. But that's rare. But I stay strict on my diet. So yeah, I'm all natural, man. If I wasn't natural, I'd be more cut than this. I'd be super veiny. You know what I mean? And I could tell, not all the time, but a lot of times I could tell when people own stuff because I just know training and I know the body. I know what to look for, but not to say that I'm looking for that. If they do that, to each your own, I don't have no problem with it. But I learned through experience. That's how I learned how to train. That's how I learned how to diet. I didn't used to know how to diet. I used to didn't know how to work out. I didn't know the proper form. This is what I'm trying to explain to y'all. I didn't know none of this stuff. So I commend anybody who trying and willing to get better, because when you first start, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna suck. It ain't gonna feel good. You gonna be sore. You gonna be tired. You don't want to show up. You gonna start questioning yourself. Do I really want to do this? Or you gonna start saying to yourself, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? So you have to stay mentally disciplined and mentally focused in order to really see results. You have to hold yourself accountable. And I'm just speaking from my experience. You have to hold yourself accountable when nobody else holds you accountable. With your diet, you got to stay strict on your diet. You got to stay strict on working out. And it all takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. Yeah, make mistakes. That's the whole part of life. Make mistakes, but you learn from them. You learn from them. Okay, I ate this. Let me get back on track. All right, I ate this bad food. Let me fast and give my body a reset. I ate this. Let me detox. You see what I'm saying? So it all take time, man. You have to be willing to learn. He said, goal is to get stronger, protect people. That's what I want. Yeah, man, that's a good thing, man. People need, but the main thing is you need to protect yourself, because at the end of the day, nobody ain't gonna protect you like you protect yourself. So yeah, it's good to protect people too. So just make sure it's the people who gonna protect you like you protect yourself. Remember that. Make sure it's the people who gonna protect you like you protect yourself, like your life depend on it. And then he said, "You recalling simple is better in terms of food." I recommend to anybody who's starting, because most people don't know how to diet or how to read the ingredients, how to labels and all that stuff. It's a big process, an ongoing process. I'm very fortunate because I ended up meeting a vegan guy when I first started my journey, and I was working out, and I really didn't know nothing about dieting. So I'm gonna give y'all a breakdown of what I used to eat. Yeah, my body started changing up here, here. You can see the little results, but my stomach was super pudgy. But I was eating like hot dogs, chips, uh, like I didn't know anything about diet, bread, ketchup, and it took for me to meet this guy who was vegan, and I was like, hey man, I work out hard, but my body ain't changing, and he was like, what you eat? And I told him what I eat, and he was like, man, he was like, you gotta stop eating that stuff. And at that time, I didn't know I was eating like McDonald's, Burger King, Whoppers, all that stuff. He was like, bro, you gotta change your diet. So I was like, well, what I eat? And he was like, I'm gonna tell you what you eat. And I started getting like avocados. I started learning um, about the calories, because I didn't know about the calories, and I would tell him, I'm like, man, I eat a whole bag of chips. He like, you don't know how to read the calories? I'm like, no. So he's like, man, let me show you, and he'll take the label and show me, and I was like, 7 chips is 200 calories? He's like, yeah, you didn't know that? I'm like, no, nobody ever taught me this. He like, wow. So what I'm saying is it's an ongoing process, man. As long as you asking questions and you're willing to learn, it will happen for you. You got to be open to learn. Don't ever shut your mind off to, oh, I know it all, because once you feel like you know it all, then you stop learning. So I always keep an open minded and be willing to listen to other people. Not just always I talk, I talk, I talk. Nah, man. Tell me your experiences. Tell me what helped you, what you went through, how you overcame it. Yeah, I like to listen to stuff like that. But I recommend to anybody who's starting, and it's just the basics: water, water, and I recommend just me out of my personal experiences. You could drink whatever you like or whatever you could afford. I recommend spring water because that's the cheapest alkaline water. It's probably about 6, 7 pH levels, but it's very it got a lot of vitamins and minerals in it that your body needs. Unless you get in front of natural springs in the mountains, which I have done, but it tastes totally different than the plastic bottles when I got it from the mountains, and you could tell it when you taste it. It just tastes totally different. But I recommend water, fruits, vegetables, and stay away from processed foods and high sugary foods. So like your chips, sodas, all that stuff, stay away from. And then what you want to do, you want to get your proteins, whatever you like. If you eat pork, then that's what you eat. But I would be eating eggs. I would be eating beans. I would be eating salmon, cod, chicken, and these are things that I didn't know until I started a diet and kept learning and learning and learning and learning and learning. And you could do it too. You definitely could do it, but like I said, you got to be willing to learn, man. It ain't gonna happen overnight, and that's why I named the title this because a lot of people is chasing perfection instead of just starting. The main thing is the number one thing you need to do is make up your mind and go. That's the number one thing you need to do along your fitness journey, and that's what helped me change and become the person who I am today. I made up my mind and I went for it. I ain't had no clue what I was doing. I ain't know what I was getting myself into. I ain't know what I was doing. I ain't know what I was getting into. I just said I'm gonna start working out. And when I started working out, I just started noticing small changes, and that comes with time. So, y'all got any questions to ask me while I'm in here before I sign out? Gave y'all probably about 10, 15 minutes, I think, but I'm gonna get ready to get up out of here shortly. Yeah, but you gotta just start. That's all you gotta do. Make sure y'all tap that screen. Stop being selfish. You've been in here more than 10 minutes, and I done gave you plenty of information. They be acting like it's gonna hurt their feelings just to like the video. That's crazy. They'll be quick to ask questions though. But anyways, make sure y'all get started on y'all journey. Yeah, tell them dreadful Nick, hit that like button. They be acting like they scared. I could be talking about a whole bunch of nonsense, selling y'all dreams. I could be in here selling y'all dreams, telling y'all anything. I could be, but that ain't who I am. I don't care about sharing the information because I had to learn the information, so now I get to share it with other people. And that's a beautiful thing. I get to share it with other people, but you got to be willing to learn, man. You definitely got to be willing to learn. And I commend anybody who done started along their journey. And I hope you keep going and continue to stay focused and disciplined, stay out the way, stay motivated, stay dedicated, stay hungry. Because I ain't going to lie, it was times in my life where, I ain't going to lie, sometimes I get tired of working out. Sometimes I do, but then again, I have to remember why I'm doing it. And that's one of the things that helped me along my journey is remembering why I'm doing it. So if you can remember your why you doing it, you'll keep going. You, you'll keep going. Sometimes, I'm telling y'all, man, sometimes it get mentally exhausting. Sometimes it get tiring. Sometimes it get lonely. Sometimes it get frustrating. I have my ups and downs too. I ain't perfect, but hey, you just gotta learn how to adjust. There be times where I be wanting people to work out with me, and then I'll be like, man, I don't want nobody to work out with me. So I have my little moods, but I don't let it defeat me. It's just life, right? But you have to master your own mind. You have to master your own mind. And That's a life learning journey, and it's ongoing. It's ongoing. Like, gotta enjoy the process too. You definitely gotta enjoy the process. Gotta enjoy everything. You gotta enjoy the good times. You gotta enjoy the sad times, the bad times, the mad times, the angry times, the happy times. You gotta enjoy it all, man. And that's what helped me to become the person who I am today. Because at times, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. At times, it was times where I was defeated. I was defeated in life, man. I was defeated. Life had whooped my ass so bad, straight up. This real life talk right here. Life had whooped me. I had got to a point in my life. I probably was like when I really had to find myself and figure out who I was as a person and what I'm doing, because at the time I was like caught up into partying, clubbing. We all done been there at, or some people still in them stages. I was I was caught into partying, clubbing, drinking, going out every night, and I wasn't even thinking about taking care of myself. Like, yeah, I was taking care of myself financially, but I wasn't taking care of myself physically, mentally. You know what I mean? So money was more important to me than taking care of my body, my health, and my mind. And that's just like, I don't know, man. It's a I don't know, man. I can't break it down right now, but like I said to y'all earlier, working out definitely saved my life, and it made me to the person who I am today. Because when I lost everything, when it took in order for me to get in trouble to realize, like, okay, none of these people who I think my friends are my friends, right? And I'm very fortunate to go through those experiences, because if I would never went through those experiences, I would have been doing the same thing that I was doing 10 to 12 years ago. I would have been clubbing, partying, drinking, hanging around girls, not going nowhere with myself. You know what I'm saying? And not to say nothing bad about those people, because we all have to find ourselves or find our way. And after that, I had to figure out what I was going to do with my life. And I never forget this. I never forget this. I was at my lowest times in life. And this lady, I was seeing at my friend. I tell this story all the time. A lot of people don't know it. And when I tell them it, they be like, seriously? I'm like, yeah. So I was staying at my friend grandma's house, and it was like 6 or 7 of us. And this lady came over one day, and she was like, what you doing with your life? And at that point in time, I didn't know what I was doing. I'm like, I don't know. She was like, man, she was like, if you don't change your life, she was like, you 24, 25 years old, and you staying with your friend grandma's house. And I never had nobody say that to me just straight up. Like, anybody else was just okay with what the living situation we was living in. And she said, if you don't change your life, she was like, you gonna be just like them. And I looked. She was like, you see those guys on the corner, 60, 70 years old? She was like, you gonna be just like that. And I was like, damn. I was like, she right. And that's when I really decided to change. And like I say, I started to work out and walk around the park, and that's how I started my journey right there, just walking. I started my journey just walking, and then I would walk around the park and I would do push-ups. I wasn't able to do pull-ups yet. I would do push-ups, and I would do walks, and I would do a little couple squats or whatever. I wasn't able to do dips either, but that's what I would do every day. I would start with push-ups and squats, and then after that, next day I go back to the park. I walk some more, do more push-ups, or whatever the case may be. I do push-ups on the bench, push-ups on the ground, and from there, that was a great foundation for me to start. And as I continued to do that, I started to notice changes in my body. And once I started to notice changes in my body, I started becoming a little bit stronger. And then I would just try to jump up on a pull up bar and try to do pull ups. And I probably was doing like 1 or 2 pull ups when I first started. But like I say, I continued to show up every day. I continued to show up every day. And that's one of the biggest things that discipline has taught me is to show up when you don't feel like it. Like I say, sometimes I might work a 12-hour shift, a 10-hour shift, and I don't feel like working out. And I still do like 100 to 200 push ups. Something is better than nothing. Yeah, I'm tired. I done worked all these hours. I don't feel like working out, but let me get up and work out. You see what I'm saying? So it's all based on discipline. But if y'all new to the channel, I'm gonna get up out of here. I ain't trying to spend too much time on here all day, every day. Make sure y'all take this information, utilize it in your life, whatever helps you. I gotta go. Peace and love. Till next time, I got to go. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta